Their story is so touching. She found joy, she found peace, and also she found everlasting love. Hello, everyone, welcome back to another segment. Into this episode, let's dive into a Palestinian lady who got married to a Chinese husband. There is beauty when the word said no. According to most persons, they were so much like rejected. She was rejected, she wasn't loved. And this is the story of this great Palestinian lady. She's not only should I say gotten married to a Chinese husband, but also she's an exemplary to most young ladies out there who think the world is on them and who think there's no hope for the future. Sit tight and listen to this great story of a Palestinian lady, and I believe perfectly well that someone will be blessed and also there will be a U-turn in someone's life. This is a 20-year-old Palestinian lady, a young girl who is identified as a Chinese lady, and guess what? One would be surprised too. And what I know is such as confusing, and one would like, why is it that she is Palestinian and also a Chinese lady? Well, this is not the story of some influencer who likes to pretend she's different person and for the sake of views. And this is inspiring story of a Palestinian girl and who was abducted by a Chinese couple, and Celia Vance and his wife were working in Pasikan, and when they found a baby girl on the streets after being unable to find her parents, they decided to adopt her and take her to a home, and they named her Fahil, which means vigorous and long life. And even in their family was not that rich, and they were able to give France, a good life. And she grew up to be not just a beautiful girl, but also a kind and compassionate one, who always makes sure she show how much she loves her parents. And what a good day. Let's go around the city and but of course, Fahir also has struggles. She was bullied in school for looking different, but little did she knew that this very thing that got her hate, would be the one thing that would change her life. And she went viral for just not just looking different, but the truth is she was just being herself, and she used it as an opportunity to help provide for her parents. And now her biggest dream, to buy them a house. I shared your heart again, here beautiful again, girl. And sometimes, the most beautiful families, are the ones we choose. And those who wholeheartedly love us back. Her Chinese parents were so kind enough to have adopted her and gave her the life she wants, and even her herself, she was so humble and loving, the kind of parent she found herself. Well, if it was been it would have been something else, and for the fact that she was being bullied in school does not make her, she does not restrain her from shining. She shone at her own, and she became a very, popular star all over the Chinese environment. And for those, the reason why she was being bullied, because she was far different from them. She wasn't looking like them. She wasn't, her appearance doesn't tell she's a Chinese person. But they only found that she can speak Chinese so fluently, and she acted so fluently. And during the TikTok video where she was doing it, and she, had a lot of fans, and that was where her husband found her. Her husband has been, so passionate when others are saying bad thing about her husband, was encouraging her then. And he didn't show, striking intention that this is what he wants to, acquire from her. But he trusted in her, believed in her, and supported her even when the bully was much. He supported her, and their goals when he came over to even see her, she took him to our family house where they were staying. They were not rich, they were so poor, but he appreciates where she comes from, and he believed in little beginning, and that made the family to for their parents to so much have a kind of trust that they have daughter has found a good fellow, and at the end of it, they both became so in love, and they married and they did their wedding. Well, you can see a great story of Zihe. There is success at the end of the tunnel. Alright, this is I'll be wrapping up today's episode, and I hope you're enlightened to this package. Please do stay tuned and stay blessed, and always remember, lovelies, stay cool for now. Bye for now.